You are now listening to The Jason Damico Show.
Greetings, folks. Welcome back to The Jason Damico Show. I hope you're doing great. And special shout out to our distributors, Simplecast, which puts out to iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube. And today's guest, as always, super, super special. Our guest is a multi-talented creator, seamlessly blending the worlds of modeling, dance, acting, and social media influence with over 80,000 followers and a dynamic content repertoire. She has established herself as a vibrant digital personality and professional performer. She's a definition of a modern quadruple threat: acting, dancing, modeling, content creation.
There we go.
One day gracing a fashion campaign, next performing on stage or appearing on screen, all while engaging her fans daily with compelling Instagram content. She's created the I'm Bored podcast. She's one of the co-creators of that. You can catch her on Prime in The Realtor, a film that's been released recently, and starred in the music video of Classified, or the No Point of View music video by Classified Frequency. Really, really good song. Just check that out today. And has been seen millions of times in the Deepa Dance on YouTube videos. Please welcome to the show my good friend, Miss Morgan Fabulous, who's looking fabulous today. So great to have you.
Hi, Jason. It's so good to see you. And your voice. I mean, just star quality.
Hey, right back at you.
I just love seeing you and hearing you. It's just like, I can't even describe it. It's magnetic.
Likewise, feelings mutual, and today we're virtual, so nobody's going to step on each other's toes.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. That almost went over my head because
I was waiting for that
to. It's been so long since we did that.
And before we get into this, if you're listening and watching, that was a little inside joke between Morgan and I. We met on the set of Rosemary Street. It's a fantastic web series that Elena Moscat and Johnny Alonso have been show running. And we met on set, and the first scene that we did together was literally me basically stepping on Morgan's foot and Morgan screaming. And it's one of my favorite scenes I've ever been in any series or film.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. We're in a dive bar. You come in, you step on my foot. I'm supposed to scream. I'm supposed to be this scream queen. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited to see where that project goes. I hope they have us back, us doing something.
Exactly. And one of my favorite lines ever in anything is when the lady behind the bar goes, or you go, "Would you like me to do it again?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "No."
She's like, no, we don't need to hear you screaming. I'm like, but sure you want to.
So great. So let's dive into, I'm so excited we talked a little bit on set in between takes and battling the heat at the time with the air conditioning shut off and everybody's sweating like a sweatshop. Let's dive into your beginning stages. How did you get into the entertainment industry? How did this start for you?
I mean, ever since I was little, I would point at the TV and be like, I want to do that. I want to be on TV. And my mom was very kind of hesitant to push her children in that. So I started dance at age 5, ballet, tap, jazz, modern, hip hop, salsa. And then in elementary school, I started doing plays. I love live theater, by the way. It's just so much fun. There's nothing else like it. So high school, college, just did a couple small things. And then it really wasn't until I feel like college or after college that I started doing stuff with the Baltimore Rock Opera Society,
Mhm.
and I mainly just did acting and dancing, even though they primarily musical based. My singing is it's the nodules on my vocal cords, which gives me this raspy voice, but the
That's
singing,
what makes you unique, though. I love
yes,
it. It's great.
yes. So I started doing stuff with them, and then I did a couple of small commercials. Like there's a place called the Fountain Blue, not the Fountain Blue Miami, but it's like a Fountain Blue in Maryland that does like weddings. And I started doing some modeling for them for commercials. I did the commercial for like the Green Turtle in Maryland. I'm trying to think of like all the things like I would do modeling for these hair shows, just kind of anything that could be creative and fun. Um, when people hear modeling, they think of like tall, skinny, hungry. I'm always like, they look hungry. And I like the stuff, like I like the stuff that's you're becoming a character. Like these hair shows, we'd have these huge like hair pieces. Like I just remember one time the theme was a deck of cards, and I had these three huge like balls of hair on my head where I was like the club card.
Mhm.
And I just like things that are fun or creative. Like that's why I like Rosemary Street and like the Baltimore Rock Opera Society. Like I like becoming a character where you don't have to you're not just yourself, you're someone else. So that's kind of like the humble beginnings. It's the small things. And I have a degree in communications with a track in advertising. So I know how to market and sell, which is basically like, can you talk to people? Can you
Yeah.
sell anything? And that's kind of what acting is. And especially social media with
Hmm.
content creation, like you're selling yourself or you're selling whatever product that you're pushing or whatever experience you're doing. Like for example, I just went and tried out this immersive game room. They're all over the country, by the way, and they have an immersive Squid Game that you can do with friends. They've also got the floor is lava, like that TV show you can do with your kids. Like, so they asked me to come, and I try it out, and and then I create content for them, and then it's however many views, which then turn into sales for them. So it's a lot of fun, but as you know, it is a lot of work, the content
Yes.
creation, like
Yes.
the editing, the voiceovers, and even then, I'm like, oh, I'm not really super happy with it, but they like it, and that's all that matters.
One of the
I feel like I
biggest.
just rambled on there.
No, no, no,
Sorry.
no. That's great. And you already hit a bunch of bullet points that I have on kind of our list of, we do this fairly informal, but
Okay.
I like having a structure, but I just let things go
Yeah.
as they are. I'm very, very improvisational on
Okay.
this show. And I was going to bring up content creation for sure because it's one of your main pillars in your brand.
Mhm.
What are you typically doing these days? Are you editing on the phone? Are you outside? Are you using editing software? Talk a little bit about kind of your workflow because everybody's got a different flow, but
Yeah.
you've got a good look and you've consistently been maintaining it.
Thank you. You're your own worst critic, so
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, is this I like my brand I'm still kind of working on. But I mean I'm on my iPhone and I'm using Canva, I'm using CapCut, um, with the I'm Bored podcast, which we've taken a little bit of a break from just because she and I both have been so busy. Like she's been traveling, I've been traveling. Um, there's a lot of things going on in the world where we've just had some it's just taken us a minute to get back on track. But she edits all of that. And I gotta give Ashley props. Like it is not for me. I do not want to edit. I do not want to clip all that together. We have the Rode mics and whatever oh God, I should know this. There's a certain kind of software.
Premiere, Final Cut Pro,
My God, this is so bad that I don't know this. Um,
Riverside.
That's well, no, we use Riverside for Spotify, but there's something else that she edits in
Uh,
and then goes to that. Um,
Now I'm
I'll fig-
curious.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
What are the other ones? What did you just say? It's not Adobe.
Final Cut Pro, Premiere.
It's
Rip,
so our friend Sanjay, shout out Sanjay, is a he does like film editing and a lot of that. Like he got us the
Da
software.
Vinci.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Ah.
So
Oh,
he
you
taught.
fancy. You
Well,
fancy, huh?
no, no, no. So like that's his. He had it and like gave it to us,
Yeah.
bought it. And like here's me, like when we had issues, here's me Googling on the computer, looking on the phone, and she's like, I can't get it to work. And I was like, look, I told you that I can't do any of this. I was like, I will call the help desk. I was like, but I'm out. Like anytime anyone's done editing, like Deepa, the girl I used to do a lot of dance with, she taught herself. Like
Mm.
because she's also a perfectionist, and so is Ashley. Love her, love both of them. But like, I'm just like I'm the talent. Please don't ask me to edit. Like I'll edit my own like little videos for Instagram and TikTok. But like it's stressful. Like just talking about this makes me stressed. And like I'm sure you're already like a professional. Like you've already got all the equipment and everything. Like we've got the like handheld, like the mics that you like clip on, even though
Yeah.
they're still good.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. The podcasting is like a lot for me. Like I like being the guest.
I think you have to have a real curiosity for why something works the way that it does. And that's always been kind of
And she's like that.
that's how I've always been. So, with recording music and music production, I got
Hmm.
into it really for two reasons. Number one, I was tired of spending a bunch of money as a teenager to record at other
Right.
places. And I saw that there
Hmm.
was income opportunity if I learned the skill. And number two was I was fascinated. I was like, how does this work? How do you do this? Why does this record sound this way versus this other record? Why? And then you look at certain producers and they have certain sounds, and then you look at those techniques. And so
What's your sign again?
oh well, you got it. So try and guess. I bet you could get it right in the
I
first
don't
or
know,
second.
but when you said you want to know how things work, like that just kind of got me
What
thinking.
do you
But
think?
I don't know. I feel like found this out and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But
I feel like we're polar opposites. So just go with
are
whatever
you
you
an
think.
Aquarius?
Close.
Capricorn.
Yes.
Okay, so I love Capricorns. My favorite boss, two of my best friends, and possibly someone I might be talking to. But I love like very hardworking, very like curious, wants to know how things work. Like it's a good sign.
Yeah, yeah. Now
I have
you're
no qualms. Capricorn's great.
you're I want to say you're Leo.
Yes,
Yes.
good
Right.
job.
Summer baby, you
August,
know.
like it
Yeah.
hot, make it
Yeah.
hot. It's funny that you said that about like learning that skill. There's two people I'm going to introduce you to that you could definitely interview if you want. One
Yeah.
is my friend Elle. She's a singer songwriter, and we were just having this conversation about making money and how it takes so much money to like produce. And I didn't know that about like if you learn the skill, then like you could promote yourself with that. You definitely should meet her. She's an amazing singer. She lives in DC near me. And then you should also meet Ashley, who I do the podcast with. She's former Redskins Ravens cheerleader. She was Miss USA something. Like she's done a bunch
Mm.
of beauty pageants, but she also had her own store. She makes these incredible hats, purses. Yeah, two good people for you to know if you want to interview people or possibly collab with.
Absolutely.
I could see you and Elle doing a song. She's very like sultry, but I feel like that would go with your vibe. Like I don't know.
Oh, I'm
That's also
interested.
one of my other like talents is
You're a
like putting
connector.
people. I'm a connector,
You're a
and I'm like,
connector.
how can I get paid for this? Like I bring the people together.
The fabulous agency.
Okay, now we're talking. It also sounds like a lot of work.
That's why you gotta, hey, you look, somewhere in some way we'll come up with a business model because I went to school for business, you went to school for
Hey,
advertising and marketing.
great. Here
There's
it
gotta be
is.
some printing press baby in this somewhere.
Yes, I like that. I like that because yeah, and Ashley's the same. Like she went to school for business, and I'm always like, I'm the talent, and I can sell it. I was like, that's it. Like, I don't want to do all the other things.
That's so funny. Let's talk about some of your influences real quick. So,
Okay,
growing up, and by the way, I've got a background in theater, so
yeah.
I I've done the things, and I got bitten by the bug pretty early with that, and it's you can always tell when somebody has a theater background. There's a
Mhm.
vibrance, there's a liveliness, even on camera.
Yeah.
There's an energy that's
And then they
there.
break out into show tunes
Yeah,
or jazz
exactly.
hands, spirit fingers.
So walk me through kind of your youth. Who are you looking up to? It could be anybody. It doesn't need to be in the entertainment industry, but like, who are some of those mega influencers for you?
Mhm.
Inspirations and influences.
I mean, so even though I don't sing, like I like music is life to me. Like I will bust out into song, like just hearing random words. Like if somebody's like, I want to dance, and I'm like, I want to dance with somebody. Like I'll just like, and my friend Elle that sings, like, she's like, why do you know more random songs than me? I'm like, I don't know. I just do. Like music was always a huge thing to me. So like I loved Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey. Like growing up, like that was like my first love was singing. And then I was like, well, it's probably not going to happen, but it could still, I could take some voice lessons. I've already done the whole vocal therapy thing. That's a story for another time. But, and then I was like, oh, I want to model. And I really loved like Cindy Crawford. And then the doctor was like, you've reached, your max height at 5'2.5". And then I was like, well, dynamite comes in small packages. And, I just like I loved like Halle Berry, obviously Meryl Streep.
Mhm.
I love Reese Witherspoon. I just I just liked watching like different women, especially be like do different roles, and like if you could be funny, but you were also like glamorous. Um, I'm just trying to think of like I mean the influences that really were big were like music and modeling. The acting, I was just like, well, I can just be me and I'm funny and people like me. And it wasn't until like high school or college when I'd get these like really kind of like transformative roles um, that were like nothing like me. And I loved that because that's the most fun.
It stretches you.
Like, like when I get to play the villain or like the really bitchy, like not nice girl, people are like, you did that really well. And I'm like, but am I like that in person? And they're like, no, you're the one that everybody likes. I'm like, exactly. Like I can pull that out because I know people like that.
Yeah,
And it's just fun. I always say it's fun to be bad. Like it just is.
it is.
Um,
It is.
so I mean, and again, the musical theater thing, like I grew up watching old West Side Story, Sound of Music, um, Thoroughly Modern Millie, which like a lot of people knew about that. Like I watched all of them. My sister and I will bust out into show tunes. I'm actually going to see Shucked tonight.
Oh,
It's
nice.
the Broadway show about I think it's about Idaho and corn, but it's a musical. So I'm actually going to see that tonight. I mean, anything with like singing and dancing and acting, it's like that to me is like if you don't like that, I'm like, what's wrong with you? And I know not everyone likes musicals, but like it just does something to, I mean, I'm sure you feel the same way. Like it just like stirs something in me. Like I'm like, I have to get up, I have to move my body. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's definitely an element. For me personally, it's not my favorite art form, but I
Right.
have a tremendous amount of respect for it. I
100%.
think because it's so outer worldly,
Yes.
it's not it's not I'm more of a biographical type of person. I don't read
Capricorn.
I don't read fiction. Yeah, you can read me like a book. I'm an earth sign,
Yeah.
give me
And
some
I'm like the complete opposite. Like I love
yeah.
like the fantasy. Like I'm always like, why can't we just bust out into choreographed dance like right here?
Why
And like
can't
I used
everything
to
be a flash mob?
right. And I would do that with my girlfriends. I'd be like, learn this 8 count. And when that song comes on and we're out at the bar, we'll do it and it'll be really great. And like one person would do it with me and like the other girl would be like hammered and look a mess. And we'd try
Now I gotta ask you this: on a scale of 1 to 10, how extroverted would you rate yourself?
like 10.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing. I recharge my batteries alone.
See, that's what I was thinking because I don't think you're. I mean, I can see you getting down. I mean, your social media is pretty much that 80-90% of the time. But I feel like you're still that kind of person that just really
Yeah,
needs to
I like
chill and have alone time. You're not
so
frantic all
yeah.
the time.
So I've been staying with Ashley for a little bit. My life is in a bit of a not challenging. It's a new phase
It's a
in
new
my life.
experience.
It's a new experience. So I've been staying with her and she has a dog and like I just like I'll take him for walks and it's like just me. And I find myself like talking to the dog and I'm like and then I'm like looking at the trees or like looking at the fish in the pond and I'm like, see, this is the other side of me that people like sometimes they see it if it's on my story, but like and I hear him barking right now because I said his name. Um I I'm a very solitary person like at night if I'm not out. Like I'm like give me my TV or my book and I don't want to talk to anyone and I'm just here alone. Like I like to recharge my batteries alone. Like I don't like sometimes I get energized by the crowds. Like it depends. Like when I was just in Miami for Miami Music Week, and you're like at an EDM concert and like there's tons of people like that amps me up. Like that
Mm.
is recharging of the batteries for sure because everyone's there for the same thing and you're all just like vibing out. Like that's amazing. However, it's also very late or early depending on how you look at it. So
Yeah.
like 6 a.m. when you're getting home and I'm like, nobody speak to me. I'm sleeping for the whole day. Um, but I mean, yeah, but in crowds or at events or out, like people are always like you're in the middle of everything, like you're the life of the party, and I'm like, well, someone's got to be.
I love it. I love it. Now I got to ask you about this, and this is going to lead me into my next major topic.
Okay.
So you're 444.
Oh, which
Can
is
we talk
today.
about that? And I got to preface it by saying that that number is very significant to me because that was my
Oh,
grandfather's number, and that was
okay,
like his big thing in World War II when he was. I think the story was his plane that he used to fly because he was he was stationed in Texas, but he taught a bunch
okay,
of pilots that went overseas, obviously fighting the Germans, and his plane number I think was 444, and that stuck with him for years. And
okay.
we've seen it, and I've kind of adopted it as one of my favorite numbers for sure.
I
So
didn't know that.
yeah, that's a big
So,
symbolic number for me and my family.
so today is 4/4.
Yes.
Okay, and the fact that you brought that up, and the
Yeah.
fact that I'm
Oh,
wearing
yeah.
this,
That's crazy. Yeah,
like
you're
I
right.
do,
You're
and
right.
I don't know how you feel like, but I feel like that your grandfather is like around
Oh,
because
yeah.
you brought that up. I'm wearing it, and that's today.
Absolutely.
Like he's definitely here, or his spirit, like, or he's watching over you.
Absolutely.
Um, I feel like that's really powerful, actually. And I did not know that was your number. It is, I feel like 444 is a more like I've had a lot of people come up to me and be like, oh, that's my number. My number is actually five. I
Mm.
bought this necklace in 555, which is five is supposed to be like the spirit number or like the God number.
By the way, I've
Four,
been seeing 555 constantly for the last
see,
3 or 4 months. I mean, it's just been
so,
constant.
and I can send you some stuff after this or if you want to link
Sure,
it. Like,
sure.
five is, so like there's four elements. So four is supposed to be like the earth and all, like it's four definitely represents the four elements, but it also represents like it's supposed to be like you're being divinely guided, or it's like reassurance that like you're going in the right direction.
Mm.
So like the fact that you just said that and that's today, like I feel that that's your grandfather or somebody telling you like this is you're doing the right thing, like you're going in the right path. Um, five is supposed to be like there's four elements. So fifth is supposed to be spirit, God, or the universe, whatever you want to call it. Um, and I don't know, like as a child, I just loved the number five, and I feel like I've always kind of been like I believe in a God, I believe in like spirit, like I kind of like the magical, mystical, like unknown, and I feel like that's why five resonated with me. But my necklace broke. Like
Uh,
I bought it from the same place. It broke like a week after I had it, and I was like, "Am I spiritual enough? Like I don't need this." And I had bought an eight as well. It was like a buy three get one free or whatever. So I bought eight. Eight is supposed to be the number of abundance, and I was like, I could use more abundance, more money. Like, bring it to me,
rain, baby,
and
rain.
you make it rain. And one of my girlfriends was like boo-hooing at the bar about men and life, and I was like, you know what? You can take this eight eight. I took it off my neck,
Just gave it
and
to
I
her.
was like, this will help you. And so I was like, well, I've got this four. I was like, somebody really likes four. And I realized it was two of my girlfriends that already had this necklace.
Mm.
And I was like, well, I'm just going to wear it. And since I've been wearing it, like I've had so many people come up to me and say that it's their number or like we start talking about stuff like this. So I'm like, I just feel like anytime you connect with someone, like listen to that and like make a note of like what time it is or where you are, or what you're thinking about, because I just feel like all these connections, like it's a meaning. It's meaning either like continue on this path or like think about what you're thinking about, um, or change your thoughts. Because like sometimes it's like telling you to pay attention. Like if you're being negative, like change your thoughts. Um, but like listen to your intuition. I think is like the main. Listen to your intuition and like you're going on the right path. I think is the main sign of 444.
Love it.
So
And that
yeah.
that opens up to our topic, which we've already gotten into, which is spirituality and manifestation. I know that
Mhm.
you've got a big flair
Yeah,
as well as I do in that. And we're already you've already opened the
we're
door
doing it.
to this
We're doing it.
conversation. So manifestation, tell us your thoughts. You've always been, from what I've seen, a real uh carrier of positivity, which is
Hmm.
so important, so key. And I just want to open up the space to talk about it because I feel like you'd
Yeah.
be a great person to have some dialogue
Hmm.
on manifestation. Just
Yeah.
love it.
You know, there's times where I'm like, I really should do more with that. Like, I'm like manifesting with Morgan, Morgan's motivations, like meditating with Morgan. Um, and then I mean, I don't want to say, oh, I see everyone doing it, but I see a lot of people doing it. And like, I gather strength from like what they bring. Um, and I don't know. Maybe I will do something with that. Like I do,
Might be worth
like,
it. Just a couple of
but
videos.
but my thing is, God, when was this? 2016. 2016, I started dating somebody. He had my same birthday.
Mm.
I was convinced this man was like gonna be the love of my life. Like we never fought, which is probably a sign because it's not normal. he lived in Philly. I was still living in like DC, but like, I thought this man, like, I thought this was like the end all be all for me. And he did not, but I didn't know that until like one day he just like tells me randomly, like, I'm like sitting in his bed and he's like, yeah, I don't think we should be together anymore. And I was like, ha, you're joking, right? And he's like, no. And I tell you, like, I felt like I had felt like a knife was like jabbed into me. Like I'd never felt like pain like that. Like I'd never been heartbreak, like nothing.
Wow.
This was 2018. It's 2018. So I met him in 2016. We were together in 2017. Break up at the end of 2018. And like he started dating someone a month later, and I was a mess. Like I was in a bad, bad way.
Mm.
Like, and I was like, I got to get out of this. Like nobody's coming to save me.
Yeah.
And I started reading the book The Secret,
Oh
which
yeah.
I know that's like the one of the beginnings, which is not really the beginnings, but like that's one of the books and movies that came to the forefront that got people talking about
Yeah.
manifesting and
It's a gateway
positivity.
book. Yeah.
But Rhonda Bynes, all the teachers she references, I ended up looking into. So long story short, I read like all of her books that that year, like November. Like this was like it was November when he broke up with me, so like the holidays were shit, and like
Uh
I'm like drinking all the time, and like it was bad. And I started reading her book, and then I read The Secret, then I read The Magic, then I can't remember what all the other ones are, but like I read all of them.
Abraham
And
Hicks and whatever.
well,
Yeah.
so I read all of Rhonda's books.
Oh, okay.
And I
Okay.
started doing this, like, I would put, this was when like Facebook was still kind of big. And I would like, every day I would write something I was grateful for. And then when 2019 came, like, when I tell you that was one of the best years of my life, I got invited on trips. I traveled the world. I got a new job. I made more money. I looked really good. Like I said yes to everything and I was grateful like every day. And from then I found Abraham Hicks and
Mm.
um Joe Dispenza and Neville Goddard.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about manifestation is like if you stop doing it, like it starts to kind of wear off. And I noticed in my life, I was doing it and then I wasn't. I was doing it and then I wasn't. And I just got out of a relationship. I was with that man for 3.5 years. And I was like, what? I was like, what did I stop doing? And I remember I used to play these videos around him. And I'm not going to knock him in this. I love him. But like, I noticed that he and I are very different with our outlook on life. I could be without a job, like down in the dirt, and I'd be like, but I still have my family. I still have my friends. I still have my health. And he's one of those people that's like, it's always bad for me. When it rains, it pours. And I would try to play these videos like loudly. And he'd be like, I know what you're doing. I'm like, I'm doing this for me as much as well for you. And I am going through a bit of like a challenging time. Like I lost my full-time job at the government. I'm not dating him. I'm not living with him. But you know what I keep telling everyone? I'm like, I'm literally at like the baseline. So like it can only go up from here.
Absolutely.
And because I said that and like we broke up in January, like I can't even begin to tell you all the things that have happened for me. All the people that have like come on my podcast, come on this trip to Miami. Here's this. I want you to come to my restaurant and review my restaurant. Like, my parents are like, I've done more stuff with them. I've seen my sister more. Like, am I sad sometimes? Sure, because we're like everyone's sad at times, but like the key is to like not stay there.
Yes.
And it's sad. Like I feel like sometimes people like don't get it because I'm like, you have your health, you have a roof over your head, you have food to eat, you've got some money in the bank. Like when I tell you, I literally write down 10 things every day that I'm grateful for. And sometimes it's running water. Sometimes it's
Absolutely.
a bed to sleep in. And like when you start doing that, like you just are grateful for everything. And like, I just, like, you have to adopt that attitude of like, things are always working out for me. Things are always looking up for me. Like, and I want to move to Miami. Like, I am moving to Miami. So, like, every day I'm like, I live in Miami. I have a
Mm-hmm.
house by the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am abundant. I am rich. And when I was just there, I was throwing dollars like I was. And I had the best time. And it's really hard in the moment. Like I see so many people that are like, it's really bad for me. Like, I don't, I don't have parents like you have. Like, my parents are gone, or I don't have what you have. And I'm like, count what you do have. I'm like, what? Like, one of my friends is a single mother. I'm like, that man is a deadbeat. Like they're not together. He's awful. But I'm like, but what do you have? I'm like, I know your parents aren't alive. I'm like, but what do you have? And I'm like, you have two jobs. I'm like, you have a roof over your head, your beautiful son. I'm like, you look great. I'm like, everyone loves you. I'm like, count the other things. You have running water. I'm like, you have food. I'm like, count your friends. And I send her these videos, like the Neville Goddard, or like these. There's a bunch of stuff now that's like songs where people are singing about like I manifest this, I attract this, and she's like, this is really good, like this is really helpful, and but it's like you got to do it every day,
Yeah.
like even on the hard days. And I've just noticed a difference with me. If I wake up and I meditate for like 5 minutes, meditate, pray, whatever you want to do to any of your deities, like you take that minute to center yourself. And then after that, I do my affirmations. And then after that, I write down my gratitude. And then I might put like a video of like Abraham Hicks or Neville Goddard or whatever, just like in the background while I'm like brushing my teeth or getting ready. Because like Joe Dispenza, like if there's people that are like, oh, this is just like too woo woo for me, like that's why I like Joe Dispenza, because he is a doctor. He has done all the tests. Like they've studied people's brain waves and the heart waves, and like how they've shown how like the brain waves change when someone is like manifesting and thinking about like their dream life. They show that like the body, I don't know, I'm not the scientist, so like I'm not really getting the terminology right, but they've shown how like the mind doesn't decipher between what's real and what's imagined. So like if you can tell yourself, I'm a millionaire, I have everything I want in this life, like if you get to the point where like your brain thinks that's real, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already like way ahead of where I thought I'd be in life.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's just funny because some people, like, I just say every year gets better for me.
Yeah.
And people, like even my parents who I love, like my mother is a realist, which I'm like, you create your own reality. Like I'm
Yes.
saying it now, but she doesn't say anything back to me. But before she used to be like, Morgan, you need to be realistic. And I go, why? I go, why? I'm like, you create your reality. I go, look at how well I'm doing without this government job that I never wanted in the first place. Like without like, living this so-called life that like you just want me to be safe and happy. Like I'm always going to be safe and happy. Like I just am. It doesn't have to be me working at this job that I actually hated, and I think it's different for people from like a different generation because, they had to scrounge and save, and like there's so much science out now that like if you tell yourself what you want to be, like you can be that. I just think it's a mindset. I just talked for like 20 minutes.
That was so good. I'm just soaking in. That was awesome. That was
I mean,
awesome.
I'm sure I feel like you're the same way. Like it's just funny because people will be like, well, what are you doing? Like, you're not in California or New York. I'm like, you don't have to be there to
Yep.
do acting or influencing. I'm like, look at all these people, families, like all religions, like black, white, Asian, brown, like people with 2 kids, people with 10 kids, people with no kids, like couples, single people, like, and making money and loving what they do on Instagram and TikTok. Not going to a 9 to 5 that they hate to sit there working for the man. Like, if you want to dance and act, do it. If you want to play music, do it. Put it out there. Keep doing it. Like, there is enough for everyone. And I like the biggest thing is when people are like, oh, well, so like so many people are doing it. I'm like, okay, and like they're doing it. Why not you? That's what I keep saying. I'm like, why not me? I'm like, universe, what's going to happen today? Show me.
Today's the biggest day of your life.
Today, you never know. That's why I'm always like, get dressed, do your face, show up because you never know who you're going to meet. Like I did that. I mean, actually, no, I didn't do that. I was going to the gym with my girlfriend in Miami and we met Marlon Wayans on the street. He invited us to his show. I had no makeup on and I was going to the gym. He invited us anyway. We sat front row, went backstage. You just never know.
You never know. You never know. And putting that mindset out there and having that fortitude within and just keep reprogramming your subconscious mind, it's just
You
gonna
have to.
it's gonna change everything. I mean, it's changed my life. And I mean, nobody can convince me otherwise because once you
Right.
experience it,
Yep.
there's no going back because you
No.
know that you have control. There's certain things
Yes.
you have control over. There's certain things you don't have control over, but you have
Right.
you have authority over yourself to choose.
Thoughts become things, and the way you react to something is up to you.
Yeah.
And it kills me sometimes that like friends, my ex-boyfriend, like I'm just like, if you just, I'm like, you're such a good person. Like you have so much going for you. Like, and that's the thing is I was like, what happened to that really happy, like happy go-getter guy? Like, and I get it. Like things happen, but like, that's also why I'm a big proponent of like, move your body 30 minutes a day, do something. It will give you endorphins. I don't care if it's a walk. I don't care if it's a bike ride. Like, you know, there are studies, depression, you can, I'm not, now if you have like if it's a chemical imbalance in the brain, like I'm not saying you can heal that with food and exercise. I also do feel that you kind of can, but I'm not, look, I'm not the doctor, but I do feel that sunshine, fresh air, your diet, and moving your body 30 minutes a day, like that, and manifesting and prayer to whatever God you believe in, like that's your medicine right there. That's your thing. Like I don't like a whole lot of medicine, so like, you know, when people are like, "Oh, maybe you're depressed," like this was back in 2016, and I was like, "No, I'm not." I was like, I need to tell myself a different story.
Yes.
I'm not living in the past. And like that's why when people want to know what happened, they're like, "Oh, you guys broke up." I'm like, I don't live there anymore. I'm like, I wish him well. Like I still love him, but like I'm in a different place. Like I'm going up. And everybody sees that. Like they even said that. And it's just like I just know that like anyone can do this. Like, you know, look at Joe Dispenza. Like he has studies of people that like him himself, he was in a horrible car accident or something. Like they were like, you're not gonna walk again. And he walked. The man is walking, talking, breathing, and like alive. Like I really do feel that you can like heal yourself with that. Like I don't know. Like there are studies showing where people have healed the disease in their body by changing their thoughts and changing their outlook. Like it's science. Like it's out there. So whenever people are negative and oh, like when it rains it pours, okay, change that. Stop saying that. Don't say I have to, I get to.
Yes.
You know? Like I looked at that going, okay, I'm moving out. Great. What's next for me? Like so much. Like you just have no idea.
It's like in the audition world. Next.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yep. Next. What's next? Show me what's next. Show me
So
how
good.
good it's gonna get.
So good. It's so good. I
I
just
mean,
feel like
maybe I should do TED Talks.
somebody needed to hear that. I just felt like you needed to just talk for however long
Yeah.
that was, and I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Future plans for you, which are obviously going to be great because you're creating
So,
for yourself. So what? But walk
yeah.
us through what you got coming up next in your world.
So, my goal is Miami by the end of May, and I have a bunch of connections down there. A guy that I know he runs Miami Swim Week, which is a huge thing for models, for the fashion world, also for advertisers in Miami, but also like globally. So I'm helping him out with a little bit of marketing, so social media. I might be walking in it. I'm not sure. That's like I'd love to, but mostly I might be doing like some social media marketing for him. I have a bunch of other friends that are down there in the restaurant industry, the fitness community. Like, I just, one of the reasons I love Miami is like, there's just so many different studios, Pilates, yoga, gyms. Like, it's just such a health conscious place. And I just love that. Like, I just love that you can like walk out. Oh, there's a Pilates studio. There's a yoga studio. There's a regular gym. Like, yeah, they have that in DC and Arlington and Baltimore, but like, it's cold here. Like,
Right.
I'm much more wanting to work out when it's hot. Like, you know, the food scene also down there. I've got some friends that do like are in restaurants, and I think I'm gonna be like doing a bunch of content there, like reviewing restaurants. Um, I'm also hoping to help out Johnny and Elena with Rosemary Street some
Yeah.
more. But I also just think I just need to like keep creating like my funny content. Like I used to do a lot of dance, and I've kind of like fallen off with that because I like when someone else creates the choreography and I just want to do it. Um, but I have a couple girlfriends that are like, we need to keep doing this. So look for more dance stuff. Um, Probably more like of the funny stuff. Like I like to make fun of myself. Like, I'm not above any of that. Like you gotta laugh at yourself. But after talking to you, I really think I'm gonna do more with like the manifesting and like the meditating. My sister, I have a twin. I don't know if I told you this.
I did not know that.
So we're not identical. We sound alike, but we look very, very different. We used to look a lot alike as kids. My sister is a hardcore yoga. She's been teaching yoga for like 20 years, um, even though we're only 30. Um, she is really, like, really, really into yoga. She used to work at Yoga Works, and now they're all online, but she does private lessons. She teaches online. She also teaches at a school in Baltimore. Um, so she's really kind of helped me perfect my yoga form. And I'm always like, we should do something with this, Camille. Like, her name is Camille. But she is she's like more with the bare bones of it. Like, she doesn't think we need to be like performing for social media. And I'm like, okay, but we could make money and help people. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you could teach, I could do it, and I could say something. I'm warming. She's warming up to the idea, but yeah, she's helped me with my yoga a lot and like my meditating. So I gotta give her a shout out.
It's a good reminder. I got to get back into stretching. I
Must stretch,
danced.
must stretch.
I danced for years in the musical theater days, and
Yeah.
I'm nowhere near as flexible as I was, and I need to get back on it.
I like they say like as you get older in life, even though I'm not getting any older, um, like I stretch every morning.
Yeah.
And then I started wearing like really baggy clothes to the gym so that like I'll do like 5, 6 minutes on the treadmill, like fast walking or running so that I get my body warm. I mean, this is what I used to do as a ballerina.
Right.
Actually, my mother, who used to be a dancer, she reminded me of this the other day. She's like, "You need to do what we did in ballet," and I was like, "You're right." I was like, I feel like I look weird, like derobing at the gym, but like it has helped me
Yeah.
a lot. Like get the sweat on and then stretch and then do your workout and then stretch after. I mean, you have to make the time. Like, you know, you only have one body, so I'm all about like taking the time and the money to take care of it.
Ballet will cut you up.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll cut you up. I haven't taken a class since I was probably I want to say 16, 17, but
Have you ever done solid core? Do you know what that is?
solid core. I don't I feel like I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever done it.
So it's like Pilates on crack.
Mm.
Like um you're on this like platform. It's got these springs. I had a guy friend of mine come. He's a firefighter. It's like he's in great shape. He like you, like, and, and I just remember he was like, "This is really hard." I'm like, "Yeah, because you're like on this platform, and it's like full body. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, it's a lot of it's the core. Um, but I was gonna say, whenever you're in town or if we're ever like in the same city, we should do that together and like film it. I feel like
That would be fun. I'm
it would
down.
be funny, but it would also be good. But
Yeah.
I think it would be great. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm definitely down for that. I've been
yeah,
doing a lot of walking,
walking is
and
great.
I'll walk to the gym. So it's
Yeah,
about a mile and a half down the road. I'll get my
perfect.
my 3 miles in, and you factor that in with everything else throughout the day. It's about
Yep.
10,000 steps. But I remember the best shape I really was ever in my life, which I'm getting back to there, but it was my mid 20s
Mhm.
and early to mid 20s. And I was just an animal at Gold's Gym when I was up in New York.
Yeah.
But I was
Yeah. Yeah.
walking a lot in New York
Mm.
City,
Of
and I
course.
was carrying a guitar or I had
Yeah.
a backpack on.
Yep.
So I was like thinking, what the hell was I doing back then? Where it
Mhm.
was like you could just eat whatever you want, do whatever you
Oh,
want, and that was it. I was playing
yeah.
a lot of drums. I was in college. I was
Yeah.
studying a lot, and then I was just working out constantly and walking everywhere.
I mean, part of that's age and metabolism, but like I see people now with these vests, these weighted vests. Have you
Hmm.
seen this? So like you could do that while you
Yeah.
walk to the gym. I mean, I I've just I love walking and I like Pilates, I like yoga, but like I'll just do these like 30-minute like metabolic workouts that they have on YouTube. And it's literally like you got weights and you're like working out your whole body, you know?
Hmm.
Like but you got to find what works for you.
Yeah. You got to
But
test stuff. You got to try different things
but I
out.
will say if you can't do anything, at least walk.
Absolutely.
And then maybe
Absolutely.
and then if you're doing that, put a backpack on and put a brick in it or something or
Yeah.
something like.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And, there's so much you could do calisthenics wise.
Oh
I love a
yeah.
good old school workout, pull ups,
Yeah.
um, push
Well,
ups, the
you're a
whole thing.
man, so yes, yes, you can do those things.
so,
Yeah.
so as we kind of land the plane here, I've got a fun little thing I like doing towards the end where
Okay.
I say a word and you just shoot a word back. It's called
Oh
the
God.
shootout section, and every word's related to the guest, and
Okay.
there's no right or wrong answer. So I think for you, this is going to be really interesting.
Okay.
Yoga,
Stretching.
dance,
Fabulous.
song,
Music.
theater,
Dance.
film,
Actress.
Instagram,
Social media.
YouTube,
Film.
film is the next one,
Um, acting. I'm not good at this.
modeling,
Cindy Crawford.
DC,
Place I want to leave.
I'll throw this in Miami.
Place I will soon be living.
Last but not least, pizza.
Delicious. Damn it,
Now,
now I'm hungry. Now I want pizza.
what type of pizza do you like?
I mean, I'm a traditional girl. I really like just cheese, but I like a thin crust, like New York
Mm-hmm.
thin crust. But I do like pineapple
I
sometimes.
knew you were gonna say pie. I knew you were gonna be a pineapple girl. I knew it.
I mean, the Hawaiian, I think it's good. I'm not ordering it all the time.
Right.
I just, I'm not really pepperoni. Like,
Ah, that's
I don't
that.
know. It's extra. I like the stuffed crust.
That's
Yeah.
rough. That's okay.
You know what? When we go out for pizza, you can have the pepperoni and I'll just take it off. It's fine. I'm a team player. Not difficult.
Well, it depends on it. I mean, we get half pepperoni, half
Sure.
pineapple on the other side. I mean, there's
But I don't, but
options here.
see, I'm like, I don't need the pineapple. Like, if
You
it's
want
there,
cheese. You're
yeah,
just
just
like, give
cheese.
me the cheese, give me
Yeah.
the thin crust.
Yeah.
I got you.
Thin crust cheese. Plain, simple,
Fabulous.
traditional. Fab.
If you could go back in time to your 15-year-old self, knowing what you know now, what would you tell her as advice or just anything in general?
I would tell that little girl that everything's happening for her despite her horrible acne and not knowing how to do her hair, that uh things are looking up and she's gonna be happy and everything she wants is on the other side of just believing in it.
Love it.
Yep.
Where can folks find you besides at Morgan Fabulous? What else do you have out
So
there?
yeah, Instagram and TikTok, Morgan Fabulous. Also on Snapchat, Morgan Fabulous. Um, Facebook, I think I'm Morgan Allen. But right, I'm also on Backstage, um, under my full government name,
You on
Morgan Moses.
YouTube?
Yes, but I haven't really done a whole lot with
Okay.
that. That'll be next. I think it's Morgan Fabulous.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, I'm on Backstage, but I think it's under my full government name, which is Morgan Moses Allen. But
You can send me the link if you like. I can throw it in
yeah,
the description boxes.
but might be changing it to Fabulous permanently. We'll see.
Just fabulous.
Yeah, just Fab.
Just even
No,
drop
or just
Morgan.
actually, I just want Morgan, like just Morgan, so that when people say it, like Brittany, Cher, Whitney, just Morgan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This has
Thank you,
been this
Jason.
has
This
been
was
so great.
amazing.
And we'll do our quick sign off. Thanks again to our distributors, Simplecast, iTunes, iHeart, and Spotify. Definitely check out Morgan's social media down below and all the great things that she's up to. Check out also. I'll put I'll make a note here to add your podcast.
Oh yes,
I'm
the
board.
at the I'm Bored podcast.
Got it.
And we're also on all the Spotify, Instagram, Apple Music. I can send you all the links for that too.
Sounds great. Sounds great. We will see you all on the next episode. Peace.